Come on, come on, come on, come
We're live.
on! Yeah, let's not saying that now. We're live, motherfuckers.
You know, it was live about 5 minutes before you were going.
Oh, such you.
What
Anyway, it's a moody week 47 here of the Game Roundup, and I've got a special guest, Alex. Say hello, Alex.
Hello, people
If
of
you
YouTube.
if you listen
Hello,
to our,
Alex.
if you listen to our geek corner, Alex every so often joins us for a thingy. So I've dragged him into the Gaming Roundup. It's week 47. We've got news for you. We've got Farcry, Tricks Pirates. We have free-to-play games and what's happening with them. Xbox One anniversary giveaways. It's been a bloody year. PS4 and fun at Walmart, and then we've got GTA 5 comparison between the two consoles, followed by our and finally story. So say hello, Nigel.
Hello, Nigel.
Say hello, Keith.
Hello, Nigel.
Hello.
Hello. Anyway, shall we get on with the first story, which is Keith's story?
Oh, I love this story. So you wouldn't have been able to avoid this week that Far Cry 4's come out. It's come out on all platforms, but the cheeky people at Ubisoft decided to play a bit of a joker on the pirates. So basically, if you bought it on the PC and you wanted to toggle the field of view options, if you couldn't do that, it meant that you had a pirated copy. So basically, what Ubisoft did was, if you bought the game and they put this option into a day one patch, and if it wasn't there, then chances are you had a pirated copy. And there was loads of people complaining about this, and Ubisoft just turned around and went, "Pirated copy." It's a little bit underhanded, but it's bloody funny.
Yeah, it's I think it is quite a funny way of dealing with it, because they are really kind of anti-pirate for a lot of things when it comes to PC, because they make the assumption that every fucking PC owner is a pirate. I think it's the wrong assumption to make, because I'm sure the people at Steam don't see that, and I even think EA with Origin don't see that either. Just because the Uplay service isn't good enough. That's it. But saying that, that is pretty fucking nifty trick to pull on people for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to obviously pirate on the PC, so they're kind of protecting their game. And if you have a pirated copy, obviously you don't run the patches, because that would screw your pirated copy. It's quite clever leaving features out, so that you have to get them on a day one patch.
Better if it was
I don't play pirated games. You know, I don't play PC games that much anymore. I'm more of a console man these days. But well, the way I feel about this is, you know, it's up to them, and good for them in many respects. If they want to protect their stuff, that's one quite clever way of doing it.
Well, an even cleverer way is to actually leave out stuff that is essential for the game to be able to, you know, play.
But PC players like to dick with these options, don't they? The field of view options and stuff. So, and there was loads of complaints about it day one. So, and they reckon it was a very, very small percentage of those people who had either had a genuine issue with applying the patch, or hadn't bothered connecting to the internet when they played the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as one guy at Ubisoft pointed out, it was like, well, you know, if you hadn't connected to the internet, why are you complaining on the internet? It's like,
Yeah, true.
so, I'm for this in many respects. I think it's up to them. I don't sort of think there's anything really untoward about it. I think it's a little bit underhanded, but in a kind of cheeky way.
I just last week we had the fun chat about Assassin's Creed, yeah, and apparently the face missing glitch is only on the pirated version.
Really?
Yeah, it's just something else, but I think that's more of a fuck up. The problem with having one of these day one patches is it needs to be a minuscule day one patch. Yeah, the patch needs to be a small kind of 30 meg file. If it's larger than 30 meg files, it's going to cause you a bloody issue, because you don't want to sit there and install the game and then it's like kind of, I've got to wait for 6 gigs of data to come down the internet stream.
unless you bought Halo Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One, then you'd probably be waiting all day for that lovely big old patch that you had to download.
Oh, don't worry. They reduced it. They reduced that 20 gig patch. Did you hear about that?
You know what they reduced it to?
15.
50 gigs. We've got it here on the Xbox One, and it was 15 gig. I mean, thankfully, because we got pretty quick internet, it was quite quick here, but even so. And
yeah.
I think we've lost them again. Oh, good old Hangouts.
Oh, Hangouts is perfect today. Right. So, okay. We'll hopefully get them back soon then, Keith. And I think we should maybe move on to the next story just in case they come back. Right?
Right.
Okay. So, the next story is there are no more free, quote unquote.
Okay, that's really funky. Are they back? They're back!
We're back.
I thought a robot was joining us.
You guys, because you all both had derp faces. It's a great thing to watch when you go.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So
Hangouts is really good tonight.
Yeah.
So
they already broke once and I had to come in and out. Anyway, it's frustrating. Yeah, okay, cool. Day one patch for it is fine as long as the day one patch is small. If it's the size of the fucking Master Chief Collection patch, pile of shit, not doing it. I missed what you guys said because I'm trying to summarise where we were, but we're going to have to... I want to shift on to the next story if that's okay.
That's what we were doing.
We did summarise and we were going to move on. We didn't. You could get back. So...
What we on? We're on... oh, yes, this is the... no more free apps in the Apple OS store.
Well, it's not free apps. It's no more free-to-play labeling because you're not allowed... basically, a lot of people are saying, well, this is quite misleading because you download Candy Crush Saga and, as Nigel put it, pay to win. It shouldn't be free to play. It should be pay to win. And I'm glad that Apple have taken the moral high ground with this and actually got rid of that fucking label because it's a load of bollocks.
They've taken off of other things too. So Spotify's not got it on. Yeah, even though the app's free. Yeah, but the service isn't.
Yeah, you can't download. You can't use Spotify on any iDevice or Android device or Windows device unless you have a premium account.
Is that what it's switched to now?
Yeah, they've all changed it to get. Now this is I hate. This is the one of the things I really hate. Free to play games.
Because they always want to charge you something halfway through.
They're not free to play games. I know that you, Keith, you were going on about South Park taking the piss.
South Park perfectly summed this up. I mean, it's probably one of the most moral episodes of South Park I've ever seen. I mean, it was totally stupid, but the message was clear about this free. They were really having a big
with the coins.
It was Canadian.
Purchasing the coins so you could get further in the game.
Was it Canada Done?
Yeah,
or something along those lines. I don't
Terrence and Phillip. It was a brilliant episode.
It was very, very good. It was very funny, but it had a serious point. And I'm glad that Apple have done this. I really am.
Yeah, I'm glad too because you kind of how can I put it? It kind of leads to the abuse of kind of the kids and old people.
Getting sucked into
this bloody thing because it's not good. I don't like these things. I think they're more like gambling than games.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're so much more like kind of gambling than you get your games.
Well, you think about it. It's basically set up, isn't it? You go in there, you play it for free. You want something in the game. You think, oh yeah, it's just a quid. And then, as Keith will mention. In that South Park episode, it started off the fact that it was just free, and then the next thing, someone was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just spend 50p." Next thing you know, 50p turned into about £25. And that's the kind of thing you see happen all the time.
Yeah, I think that first things first is they need to remove free-to-play labels. Yeah, it's the first thing they need to do. I think it needs to be needs to go is the first thing because they're not free-to-play. Because you get two types of free. I think we and Nigel were talking about this. We get two types of free-to-play games. Yeah, you get the free-to-play game that makes you wait, and charges you for your time. And then you get the free-to-play game that is the competitive game, which basically holds back all the decent weapons and then charges you to use those decent weapons, which is the ones that you refer to as pay to win. So say like you're playing Call of Duty, and the best gun on that's the M16A with scope and whatnot, and a grenade launcher underneath. It's like getting charged $2.50 for every time you play a round of Call of Duty to use that gun. And that is like kind of a big fucking no-no in my book, because having that free-to-play label slapped on that when you're charging people isn't. And the annoying thing about this is a lot of people are going down this route. EA have looked into going down this route. Other companies have looked into going down this route. Like, kind of, I think Ubisoft have had a little kind of stint there. I know Square Enix have, to the disgust of a lot of Final Fantasy players, with their really shit Final Fantasy game, where it's like kind of they want to buy a character, yeah. Instead of being able to buy the specific character, you buy a thing and it randomizes it, so you might never get the character you bloody want. And it's what's the point of that? Why don't you just charge me for a game and maybe bolt some other bits on? I know we whinge about downloadable content, but downloadable content as a practice, opposed to free to play, is a damn sight better. It's like the game, what do you call it? Dead Space 3. Yeah, Dead Space 1 and 2, and I think Alex will agree with it. Dead Space 1 and 2, brilliant games, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic atmosphere, fantastic kind of setting, everything, yeah? And then the third one, they kind of ruined the setting, and they only had atmosphere in the first half of the game, and then you got to the second half of the game, which I haven't got past because I lost interest. And all through that, they charge you to buy the nodes, which you'd have to search around the Ishimura or whatever, or the sprawl or whatever to find, and they charge you for that. And it's like kind of, why have you now ruined a game with a pricing model? Why are you not selling me downloadable content? I know that you tried doing multiplayer and it didn't work. It's madness, and this shit needs to end, because it's not good. But saying that, protecting the elderly and the vulnerable is very important. What elderly person do you think may have been caught up in this free-to-play scam of sorts?
You clearly know this, because I'm just going to let you say this, because I haven't got a clue.
Okay, alright. There's an elderly person who's been caught up in a free-to-play scam. This guy has dropped about £10,000 or $15,000 on a free-to-play game.
Oh, I know.
It's Johnny Rotten.
Yes.
I'd share, but Hangouts is really not playing nice tonight. It just kicked me out if you didn't notice.
Okay, alright.
And I couldn't share. I can't share anymore.
The long and the short of it is Johnny Rotten. I'll bring up I don't know if I can bring my one up. Johnny Rotten has spent $10,000 on a fucking iPad game.
What game was it?
I was going to find out. I was hoping that Nigel would bring up the thingy, but he said he couldn't. It said it's John Linden, John Linden of the Sex Pistols. Game of War, Infamous Pink Singer.
Game of War.
And Real Racing. But he spent all that money on the fucking game. It's like kind of he could have spent that money and got someone to develop the game fucking for him if it's on the iPad. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Even he turns around and says, "No, hang on a second, I think I've spent a bit too much on this. Yeah, I've wasted. He says I've wasted £10,000 on this fucking game," in his words. So it's not good. It's not good. We can't. It needs to end. It needs to be classified as gambling, because it is gambling. I think it's the worst form of gambling because you haven't got a chance of winning any fucking money.
Yeah, you're just buying stuff just to build inside a little.
Yeah, and it's designed to suck the money.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually have the Family Guy Quest game, but I don't sit there and purchase the bits. Maybe that's just me. I don't see the point. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, most of the time.
I buy a load of coins. I just think you're better off having a bet on a gambling, on a football result or something like that.
You're probably off better fucking gambling, because at the end of the day,
at least you're going to win some money back if you win.
Yeah, if you pick your money, takes your chances, and you'll learn after all. But it's not. It should be classified under the same bracket as gambling for the control of these things. They need to end. I'm sorry. I know that
it's a sneaky bit of marketing which has managed to draw certain companies a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it all started when you think about it. It's kind of like, you remember the ringtones years ago? We had this fucking stupid silly frock. and it kind
Yeah.
of it's kind of like gradually
God,
got through.
yeah.
You remember? And it's
Yeah.
kind of gone through like that. Yeah, yeah, and
Oh,
you know you used to get it in different like Mexican
Yeah.
versions and stuff like that, and they'd have all the different types of voices done for it. It's kind of like that,
yeah.
but obviously into a gaming version as it's kind of slowly adapted round.
Yeah, it's a crap practice. This is just milking your customers for everything. And I think that you're going to see. Sure, there's legislation in Europe at the moment in regards to these things, as the fact they can't be called free. And I'm sure Google have changed their Play Store bits around for these free games, so you can still get free apps, but you can't get the free-to-play ones aren't called free if there's in-app purchases on the things. It's
Good.
Yeah, what I didn't like either. You know, we spoke about this before on a previous gaming roundup. I think we both bought Angry Birds back when it was an actual, you know, a pay to buy the game, and we bought it then, and then suddenly it's changed model.
Oh dear, no.
It's changed model to now you can buy all these extras inside the game. So it's now a free to download game, but you got all these extras that you pay. And even though I bought the game, they've changed it and given me the same version. So I'm actually getting less now, and I have to pay extra to get the shit that I had before.
Yeah, it takes the piss.
It takes a piss, so I no longer play that. You know, delete it.
And they've put that model on there. They've put the sort of the Candy Crush model on their latest Angry Birds Transformers game, where you can only play certain amount unless you, and then you have to wait whatever it is an hour, and then you can go back and play again. It's rubbish. The game's pretty shit anyway. But
yeah, a lot of these pay-to-play games are basically time limited, so you have to set something in motion, wait a certain amount of time, or you can buy these gems which you can spend and speed everything up. And people just go, yeah, it's just a few gems, you know. I'll just buy a boatload, 15 quid. Now I've got 300 gems, and then they go and do it again. It's despicable practice, to be fair.
It is. There were some stories with kids and bits where they'd spent like $46,000 on these things. Where if you're paying that sort of money, there should be a limit on it. If you spent £100 on it, you own the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it's just total greed.
We spoke about this, didn't we? We said if you buy the game, just let you have a full game rather than, you know, you can have a bit of a game.
Yeah.
And once you finish that little bit, you can pay for a bit more.
It's like going into a shop and ordering a pizza, and they only give you half the pizza. Then you eat half the pizza and realise you want more.
Well, it's more like going into a shop buying a pizza with no toppings.
Hey, Alex, welcome to my life, mate.
Sorry, can I finish my analogy? I think it's a cool analogy. It goes like this, shit. It's like going into a shop, buying a pizza with no fucking toppings whatsoever, yeah? You've been promised toppings, you've seen toppings in all the pictures, you've asked for a pepperoni pizza, yeah? But
they've given you a base.
They've given you the base, and you're lucky because you've got the tomato on top. So it says buy the cheese separately, buy the thingy separately. You can add extra pepperoni.
And then once you finish getting the stuff you want, you can actually get it in a quicker service to your table if you pay a little bit extra.
It's no, and this is.
We're going to be bitching about this all day, though.
Yeah, we are going to be bitching about this all day. It doesn't help that we kind of dropped out for a second.
So should we move on before my stomach really starts rumbling?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried that we didn't pick up on your audio and we've got a big dead gap. So fingers crossed this works out. Okay, so the next one's a happier story.
Yay!
The next one it's the Xbox One's first birthday. And
happy birthday, Xbox One!
Do you want the first thing I want to say is, where the fuck did the time go? Because it was released like a moment ago in my eyes. It was like, I'm sure it was released like last week. It's been a year.
They've made it.
Yeah,
They actually made it.
They actually made it.
They were always going to make it. It was just whether anybody was going to buy it.
Well, we know one person who's bought it.
Not me.
Not me either.
My flatmate.
Yeah. Well, I might get one. But they've got to get some fucking exclusives that I really want, because at the moment Sunset Overdrive's the only one I can see. Anyway, they've decided they're going to release a load of things. Actually, one thing is, I think this weekend Sunset Overdrive is free to play for 24 hours. So if you've got nothing to do and you're a hardcore gamer, a free game, and you probably bloody complete it. Lots of Red Bull, Cheetos.
Oh, I'll let them know.
Monster.
We're going to play it later.
What's the next one? Oh yeah, so they released a load of things. They've got some bundles and this, that, and the other. They're not giving too much away for free. This is the annoying thing. The Sunset Overdrive thing is the only thing they're giving away for free.
I don't know if this is something that you knew about, but also didn't they release a patch where you can shout at the Kinect, "Feed me," and it will open up an app for Domino's, I believe it is.
Yes.
So
Domino's.
if you do have this 48-hour thing, just there you go. You're sorted. All you need is a shit bucket under your chair, and away you go.
Nicely put. Thanks for that image.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's classy, man.
That is so bloody classy. Yeah, that's
gamer.
it's proper hardcore gamer. But I imagine that Domino's app is a free-to-play app.
Yes.
And work as we described it just a moment ago.
Yes.
It charges for individual toppings.
We segued perfectly into this.
So it's a backwards segue.
Yeah.
Kind of back through a door. Like we've been hit by something.
Backward segue.
Segway, not segway, so segue and segway, but more like a segway, like George Bush riding a segway, because that's you can't fall off of the things. And then there's a picture of George Bush in a bush, which is hilarious. I miss him as President of the United States. He was brilliant. He wasn't a very good president, but fuck me, he was entertaining.
Is that what you want in a president? Someone to be entertaining?
Hell yeah! I don't live in the country.
True.
Ronald McDonald for Prime Minister.
Ronald McDonald for Prime Minister. He's been better than any of this lot. Oh,
Yeah.
political.
Right, steering away.
Steering away. Oh, loopholes in purchases. This is a fantastic one. Yeah, I love
this.
At the moment I heard this, and I'll be honest with you, I think I would have fucking tried my luck with this.
Yeah, it's genius.
But I would definitely not. You would definitely, if you're trying your luck, you'd go to one of the counters at the front of the store because they're probably less tech savvy.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Anyway, before
That polite one of saying they're just thick. I said it.
just cashiers.
Just let me. Can I just tell the story first before we start chiming in with the opinions and bit? Okay. Walmart had this fantastic deal. Yeah. Right, and the run up to Black Friday, they went, right, what we'll do is we will match any online deals that you can find. Any online deals that you can find. The idiots didn't realise that some people are quite, proficient in rigging up web pages and Amazon Marketplace pages and whatnot. So they rigged up an Amazon Marketplace page and said, PlayStation 4, £50. Well, sorry, $50, yeah? They took it in there and went, oh, no, you can't charge me whatever it is. It's $50 on this. You've got a price match. Idiots didn't fucking think the damn thing through. Instead of sitting there and saying we will price match against Amazon and all these other retailers, no. So they had to give them away because that was the terms and conditions in the thingy. So people were going in there and getting it. And I know that some people tell me, oh, this is unfair, this is exploitative, but
Walmart make enough money as it goes
I
anyway.
have no fucking bones taking some money off of fucking Walmart.
I got my plane ticket tomorrow.
Well, we've got Asda's our Walmart, which isn't as sexy, I don't think. It's the
Yeah.
green.
It's genius.
It is genius. Would you do that, Nige? Would you do that?
Possibly.
Nige, that's nice, Nige.
Yeah.
Possibly.
You would. Don't say possibly.
No,
Damn well would.
Nige.
Here,
Would you do it?
Here's a PS4 for £50. You're going to say no?
I will not say no.
Exactly.
I've got one. I'd probably buy one.
And then sell
Yeah,
that
for
one.
£50. I could sell it online for £200.
Someone gets one for
Trade it in.
£200. Yeah. So that's cool. I like that. Okay, the next story is GTA 5 on the Xbox One and PS4. Now,
Let me guess.
myself,
Looks better on the PS4. I have seen the video, so
I've seen the video. Okay, me and Nige sat down and we watched the video on it. And I'll be frank with you, when you're indoors or kind of just like kind of in like a small contained area, you cannot realistically see the difference with the exception of a slight kind of ashy look to it. Yeah, and I mean a slight ashy look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During actual gameplay, within the urban environment, you can't really tell.
No, you can't tell at all. So it's only got a slight ashy look. But when you get out into the open areas, being a sandbox game, why would you want to go to the open areas? Go to the open areas, especially those in the kind of wildlife areas. There is a very clear difference between the two. If you look at the PlayStation 4 version, there is a shit ton of grass, there are a shit ton of flora and fauna, and the Xbox is only in patches. And it's quite sad because I imagine that they should have both been able to handle this. And I think that ashiness is probably down to the 900p being stretched across 1080p.
have you seen, talking of GTA and how good, have you seen on the next gen, not only does it have first person mode, which is cool, have you seen the seagull mode?
Seagull mode.
Seriously, right? There's 24 or something hidden spots on the film where you can go and you basically take these drugs and you become a bird. And one of them is a seagull, and you can attack people with a poop attack. So you can basically poo on them. It's absolutely true. You can fly around the game as a seagull, pooing on people. Brilliant.
Okay, so not the first person mode, not the fact that the gunfight's more like Call of Duty. No, they can shit on people from a great height.
I always wanted to shit on someone.
I was going to say, have you thought about career in management?
It's amazing. It's great. It's a hidden thing. I think one of them's on top of one of the big mountains. And you take these drugs or something. Anyway, and then you just become a bird. It's although on one of them you become a chicken, which basically means you can't do bugger all.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
But I really want. I'm really thinking about getting GTA again because I loved it on the PS3 and Xbox 360. But I think it's got enough in it to warrant buying it again for the PS4 because it does look fecking amazing on the PS4. It really does. I think we've lost them again, Nige. So I think it's me and you again. So would you buy it, Nige? Would you buy GTA?
The latest GTA?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I probably would. I didn't really buy the last one. Didn't even get to play it, actually, thinking about things. But this one, yeah, I think it could be a goer. I think it's just been released, hasn't it? So.
Well, I mean, GTA 5 came out last year, but or was it this year at the beginning of the year? So it was a while back.
There's a new one coming out though, huh?
No, this GTA 5 is the next gen console version of GTA 5, and they're back again. But I think it's worth buying it again. I think it is. It's got enough in it, and as I said, it just looks fucking awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
As your bad boys, we were just saying, would you buy GTA 5 again on a next gen console?
It depends. I'll be frank with you. At this point in time, between now and Christmas, the answer is yes. But after Christmas, when the games properly start coming out, no. So they've literally got a window for me between now and Christmas, and I might pick it up for 20 quid or whatever. But
how much more added content's it got?
Well, you've got the first person mode,
yeah,
which I think makes a big difference. It looks much better. And I think there's a few other little hidden modes, like you've got the seagull mode and everything. And to be honest, it's GTA, and you really can't go wrong with it. You can't get bored in that game.
It's the story though, because I play GTA for the
Yeah,
story.
same here. I play it for the storyline as well. Once I finish the storyline, I don't play the game no more.
Yeah.
I like doing all the sideline missions as well. I like getting in as much as I can. That's why, like, Far Cry 4 for me will last me for donkeys, because there's so many sideline missions and stuff that I'm obsessed with getting all of it done.
Yeah, they got the spoon and the shark like they had in Far Cry 3.
Yeah, they've got all sorts of things. They've got in Far Cry 4, you've got you take over a base, and then you can do a take over the base challenge, and you take over the same base again with certain other things, and that gives you extra points and stuff. There's all these little karma missions that you do, and there seems to be, what I've noticed with Far Cry 4 is, whereas in Far Cry 3 you took over the base and that was it, in Far Cry 4 the fuckers come back and try and take it back off you again. So sometimes you've got to go back and defend it. So that's quite cool. And I tell you what, I was playing it last night, and I was playing it about 11 o'clock last night, and I went over to get this base, and there was an elephant hanging outside, so I climbed up on the elephant, and I took over the base with an elephant man. It was awesome. I was just like, walked in and just trounced through this base with the elephant, just whacking them out of the way.
Hang on a second. Both me and Alex misheard you on this side. Yeah, you said it sounded like you saw an elephant man, as in John Merrick, and you got on his back and wrote John Merrick.
No, you ride an elephant in, you charge an elephant into the base, and you just bash the shit out of everything. It's like, I just took over a base with an elephant. It's awesome. I'm really big fan of Far Cry 4 so far.
It looks like a really good game. It looks more appealing to me than Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Better than Far Cry 3?
Yeah.
I absolutely love Far Cry 3. I thought it was awesome.
This is better in respect that it's more refined, I think, and with the fact that you've got these James Bond style gyrocopter things, so you can fly around now as well, and those gyrocopters are pretty awesome. I've been using them a lot because when you're hunting for stuff, you can sort of fly over the hunting ground and spot them, and then come down and land, and then go and get them. So that's quite helpful as well. And you can attack from the air as well, so you can do aerial attacks. That's quite cool. They don't see you coming, you just start fucking shooting at them.
I found that Far Cry 3, there were some really good bits in it, and some really ludicrous bits in it, and one of them was you had to take a shark out with a bloody spear.
Yeah. You've got all that in this as well, I think. No sharks in this, because it's not that... Well, I haven't come across sharks yet. I've come across a tiger, and I've come across a honey badger. They're fucking annoying little bastards, because they're really quick, and they run up to you and they start nibbling at your ankles. And the only way to get rid of them, you really have to shoot them very quickly. They're right annoying little sods.
It sounds like you're talking about children.
I got more killed by what was it?
Crocodiles were fucking terrifying.
Crocodiles were the ones which got me every single time in Far Cry 3.
Fucking ambush predators. They got it down to a T. I was taking over a base, and I ran into the base like a lunatic. I got attacked by like 10 people. I went, shit, this ain't going to work. So I ran back down towards the water, and there were 2 crocodiles in the water waiting for me. And I'm like, I'm going to take on the 10 guys.
Yeah. It's certainly... At the moment, I'm really liking it. Is it better than Far Cry 3? I think it's more refined than Far Cry 4. So yes, it is better. It looks beautiful.
Have they got their Vass character in there?
The what character?
Vass. You know, had Vass in Far Cry 3.
The baddie in this is he's quite interesting. He's interesting. Let's just say that. But there is when you take over the towers, it's a really annoying propaganda being played, and it's the same over and over again. She's just got one of those high-pitched voices that just grates you. So, which I think is what it's meant to do. So you want to get up that tower quick just to shut the fucking thing up. But no, so far I've been playing it for what 3 or 4 days now, and I'm loving it.
I genuinely forgot to bring my tinfoil hat because with the exception of the PlayStation 3 version, and a few issues here and there, it seems to be much more.
I haven't come across anything. I came across one glitch where it's the first mission that you play where you have to choose between the 2 rebel leaders, because you have to choose. And that depends on your missions. And I basically didn't realise that I walked out of the mission area, and it just played this lengthy video, it failed me in the mission, and then played the whole bloody video again. That was really annoying, because you sat there for about 4 minutes watching this video, and then you just walk out not realising that you can fail the game by just walking out of the area. And then it failed me the mission, but instead of just returning you back to it, it then played the whole video again, which I think is a bit of a glitch, but it's the only glitch I've found so far.
Okay. Well, anyway, So I should have brought my tinfoil hat because I predicted that it would work. Pretty much sounds like it worked. It pretty much sounds like it worked. There have been some errors on the PlayStation 3, but I think most of those errors come from dividing the team up too thinly and doing PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I know where they're doing it at the moment, but they should have just focused on Xbox One, PC, and PS4, and I think they would have got it down.
Anyway, we digressed a bit, but what's your and finally story?
And finally, how crazy are Swedes?
Pretty bloody mental.
Okay,
I've been to Stockholm.
The long and short of it is Sweden seems to be exporting political correctness, and this form of political correctness is kind of grates on me. It really fucking grates on me at the moment because just doesn't make any bloody sense to me. In Sweden, they want to put in a plan to rate sexist games and sexism, basically.
I don't think Nigel can be involved in this conversation after his comments on the last roundup.
Yeah, I can't. And Keith, you need to move back towards your camera because at the moment you're slightly out of focus. You look
my camera's been.
There you go. Anyway, they plan to rate games for sexism, and it's like kind of okay. We've got the Gamergate thing going on, and I'll be frank with you. I think myself and Nigel have kind of avoided talking about it because it just sounds like bollocks. It does. It started off with what do you call it? Gamers for proper gaming journalism and all stuff like this, and people put together really good arguments and this, that, and the other, and then it got hijacked for going, oh no, it's sexism, and then signs of journalists colluding with these people, again, which comes back to the thing with the journalists. It's just total. The thing's total bollocks. The long and short of it is, it's the corporations that own and publish all these things, and they're the ones that control it. So if you want to make a change, you have to go to these people. And I understand that women should be, women want decent characters within games. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want a shit character in a game. I don't want a shit British character in a game. Yeah,
you want someone interesting. It doesn't matter whether it's a woman or a man or an alien.
Yeah, or a fucking polar bear. As long as it's interesting, that's what we want. We just want well-written things. Unfortunately, I don't think that the feminists have kind of come in and they've bitched and moaned, and they started off by putting out some really good points. This always seems to happen, and this always seems to happen, and this is it, and now it's just turned into this kind of just yelling bollocks. And it's just, guys, knock it off. It's just knock it off. It's games. The long and short of it is, if you want to change games, you have to make games. Yeah, make games. Yeah, and we had a conversation on the Geek.
Yeah, we did. And he's gone again. Good old hangouts. He was saying we had a conversation on the Geek Corner, which we did about a lot of this. But okay. He's right. I mean, and the best what he said, in order to solve this, you've got to make games. He's absolutely right. I agree with him completely. It's which is a first.
It seems at the moment, it's gone a bit too far. What else? What are they going to start rating next? They've already got the age.
They've got violence.
Now they've got the violence. Now they're going to have.
This won't carry on. It won't. You can't rate a game for sexism. You just can't.
Yeah.
Fucking Google censored me. It must be running through Sweden. No. Sorry. Well, I don't know where I was, but I was sitting there, guys. I was trying to say that if women want to change games, they have to get into the gaming industry. And I was saying that we had a chat about the Geek Corner. Remember?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
With the guy in the shirt, and someone said that someone wore a shirt like that. Yeah, it would oppress and put people off from going into that industry. Yeah. And I heard someone on one of the YouTube things, it was a woman, and she turns around and goes, if a shirt puts you off from going into science like that, you have no place in science, because there are meaner people in science there who will get your work and discredit it to all the bloody things because they work from skepticism in science, yeah? So if they rip these things to shreds to make sure they're absolutely spot on correct. And again, don't do this. This is not worth it. This is bullshit, yeah? People can make their own decision. If you don't like it, build something. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Is this came from a kind of, I will say, nerdy culture. Yeah, of people being really into computers and this, that, and the other in the tech industry. because men were interested in that and women didn't give a flying fuck about that until now. Yeah, I'm afraid men got in there first. Yeah, if women got in there first, I know there's two key women at Microsoft, and there was one at Xerox, which I cannot remember the names of. And the woman, the annoying thing is the woman at Xerox pretty much invented the keyboard and mouse, and she was laughed at, which was dumb. But contribute. That's the only way you're going to change it. You have to change it from within the system. You cannot change it from without the system.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. Yeah, no, I couldn't have put it more eloquently myself, Gaz.
Oh, good.
Even if you can say the word.
Eloquent.
Oi, Nige, you are sexist. I mean, going on about girl on girl action. So you don't. You got to go.
Bloke.
Anyway, we need to do some plugging. I'm not going to say shamelessly plugging ourselves because you always take the piss out of me for that.
Oh yeah, because the reason Keith hasn't been around is he overplugged himself.
I did not I was working.
Yeah,
Working on.
Dude, you should have seen the size of it. I'm not joking. It was like that big. Yeah, it looked like an alien egg with a face hugger in it. It's madness.
He'd completely overplugged himself.
Dude, yeah, man plugged himself, good and proper.
Plugged himself and it hurt.
Anyway,
He couldn't sit on his bed for days.
Nigel,
go on, say it.
Nigel, shut up. I'm plugging Twitter.
I can't do both at the same time.
You can shut up and then plug the Twitter.
Okay, come and follow us at Twitter.
At Twitter.
Yeah, we are at Twitter.
You-
Oh, at Gaming Face Punch. Come on, it's down here. So that one
I
down
did it
there.
wrong.
I did it wrong! Nigel, how many times? One job.
I'm switched.
One job, Nigel. One job.
I'm switched. Yeah, at Gaming Face Punch is on at the bottom of all our things. So go and follow us.
Excellent. Keith, plug the podcasts.
We have 2 podcasts a week.
I'll do. Right. Sorry. Well done, Keith. Good day.
We have 2 podcasts a week. They are available on all good podcast directories, including Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, and other good ones.
Other good ones. Fair enough, other good ones. I'll plug the YouTube channel. You're probably watching this on the YouTube channel. I probably had to butcher the whole thing and carve it into bits because of the technical issues we've been having. But I hope you've been enjoying it and you've managed to make it this far. We have other videos, we have reviews, we have playthroughs, we have a few Geek Corner bits that we've thrown in for good measures just to show you some of the other stuff that we do. Please come and watch. If you like it, like it. If you really like it, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it,
hit the
subscribe button. That's our new thing now. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe. So yeah, to hit the subscribe button, come watch us. Give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down. Talk about, if you've got comments and stuff you make, please join in. I'm working on making the production quality as top notch as I can, as long as these guys who are working on making sure that they present themselves as well as they can, because I'm...
Keith, maybe wear a suit next time.
Yeah, Keith, wear a suit next time.
Alex.
Shall we get in the car and go and get him?
Yeah, he doesn't live that far, does he?
You don't know where I live.
Oh,
We have ways of finding you, Keith.
It's not that difficult, mate. I know the names of your housemates.
Oh, shit.
Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry, yeah. And your neighbours out half.
Was that a fat joke by any chance there, Alex?
Never.
Anyway, guys, I hope you've been able to watch this. We've had some horrible technical issues this gaming roundup. We can't show the screen.
We keep getting kicked out.
We get kicked out, this, that, and the other, and maybe next time it will work. But
I think it was Keith, to be honest, because he's the only one who didn't have technical issue.
yeah, I think it is Keith. Because anyone has any technical issues.
He did it all.
Sabotage, it sounds like.
It's sabotage. The long and the short of it is guys, thank you for watching. Check out our stuff. We love you lots. So, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nigel, fly.
Bye bye.
I think that's where we stop the broadcast, isn't it?